First, we are going to Blanca Mam. Can you introduce yourself briefly?
Yes, of course. Well, my name is Blanca. The pronunciation is Blanca. Blanca Sacramento. As you
Okay,
said,
okay,
I
sorry.
am from Mexico. And I didn't study to be a teacher. Actually, I am an accountant, but I've never worked as an accountant. So when I realized that I wanted to be a teacher, I started preparing myself. So I studied two master's degree in education, and I am specialized in English. So I teach English at the university. I am married. I have been married for 24 years and I have two children. My daughter is 22 and my son is 18. So I love my profession and I try to be the best as I can, but I am still learning. So that's it. What about you, Saiful?
Okay, okay, that's great hearing from you. So I think my audience they know about me. My main name is Saiful Alam Khan, and my nickname is Saiful Munna. I am introduced in Facebook and in social media as Saiful Munna. Okay. I have completed my graduation in the year of 2020, and still I don't have anything to do. I am going to admit for masters, and I think I will pursue my masters from a university from abroad. Okay, this is about me, and in my family, I am the last member of my family, and I am unmarried. I'm just 24. Okay, this is
You're the
about me.
baby of the family.
Yes. Then we are going to the toughest questions. What's the easiest language of the world? What do you think?
Well, if you ask me, I would say mine because this is the language that I have learned since I was a kid. But if you ask any other person, maybe they would say the same, theirs. So I think it's according to your own skills. You have to be very skillful to learn a new language. So in that case, it depends. If you speak three, four languages, you can choose one. But if you just speak two, I think that you always will say mine.
Yeah. Okay. So from the all of the languages, what do you think? Which language will be very easy for someone to learn? Not for a specific person, for all the persons of the world.
I don't know. Some people say Spanish is difficult. I said it's easy, but we have a lot of grammar rules, so maybe it's not as easy as it could seem. I don't know. English is not so hard. Maybe I don't have any idea. Maybe Italian. It's a romantic language, so maybe just for the romance you can learn it. That's what I think.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine.
Do you think the same?
And no, I think there is no specific language which can be called easiest language in the world. It relates to the mother tongue, the people who speak the language. As like as me, for myself, I speak Bangla. So for me, Bangla is the easiest language, and I think the second language will be easy for me. I think it will be Hindi or Urdu because we are in the same language groups. So if I learn these languages, I will see that they are being easier for me. And those who are speaking in English, I think they will get their European languages. They will be easiest for them. And those who are speaking Arabic, they will get easy Kurdish language or Persian language. They are written samely as Arabic, and also they have pronunciation like each other. And I think this um, depends on the speaker, the geography, and also the language groups. Okay. Some persons they are commenting. Thanks everyone for commenting. Emad commented, I think English is easiest language. Okay, it will be seemed to many persons because we speak English as the second language, or it is the dominant language of the world now.
Yeah, exactly. It's a
Okay.
universal language. We can We can communicate even if we don't speak the same language, but we can communicate in English.
Yes. Okay.
Yes. Okay.
The next question
The
is
next question is
linguistic
linguistic
imperialism.
imperialism.
What do you think about
What do you
this?
think about this? Okay, so I don't know so much. I don't have so much information. So maybe you can correct me if I am wrong. But I have heard about this one, and it's about that, for example, here in Mexico, the problem was, or it started when we were colonized and we were forced to speak another language, not ours. So here in Mexico, we speak like 68 languages just in Mexico. But the problem was when we were colonized, they forced us or people from the past, they forced them to speak their own language. So nowadays it's something related to the government, to business. So we have to speak English as a global language, kind of that.
Yes.
Yes. So what about you?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's right.
When I was
When
in
I
fourth year honors,
wrote the honors,
we learned about this linguistic imperialism. And I think it is called, as if I give the definition of it, it means that when one language dominate other language by means of its power, by means of its capacity, and for other means, then this is called linguistic imperialism. And it was in high peak of discussion after the Second World War, when English became the international language or lingua franca. Okay, and also you know that some countries, they made colony to all over the world, and those who made colonies, they also established their culture, their language, their beliefs and everything. And that time linguistic imperialism, it came to discussion. Okay, and as like as English, as like as Spanish, French, they also dominated so many languages. And in some countries, the country people, they've forgotten their own language and using the colonizing language. As like as I
yeah.
think in Morocco, they learn French. Maybe they learn French as their second language, not English. And then for third language, they learn English. And in some South American countries, they also use, I think, French or Spanish as their first language. And it's the peak of linguistic imperialism. Okay. And you know that language is also related to culture, and it changes cultures of people. And there is another example, there is Latin. In the Roman period, when Romans, they conquered most of the parts of the world, that time Latin language, it came in charge. And in the European continent, most of the countries, they used Latin as their first language because of dominance of language, and it is called linguistic imperialism. Okay.
Yeah, actually nowadays we can see this in technology. If you are learning any career, but you need some information, extra information besides that information that the teachers give you, in this case you have to look for some books, look for some material, but it's always in English. So you have to
Yes.
learn English to understand those topics or those books. So, according to this, it has to be not just with the government, not just with the culture, but it's something that is remarkable in every country, every country. Even the instructions for the technology devices, it's in English. Must in English, Portuguese, Spanish, German, I think. These are the most common in instructions. So yeah, it is something very remarkable all around the world.
Yes. Okay. Then the question was, do you know about International Mother Language Day?
Yeah, it's celebrated on February 21st, at least here in Mexico, because we have sometimes we have different dates. So but here in Mexico, it's February 21st, and it started on 2000, I think. And I read an article, and it said that Bangladesh was one of the first countries talking about this topic. So it was interesting for me because I didn't know. I just heard about the International Day, but I didn't know that Bangladesh one was one of the first one talking about this. So in this
Yes.
case, I can say that every country has different languages, and maybe because of the linguistic imperialism, we are forgetting them. The government is allowing to avoid teaching those languages at school, and we are learning English as a second language. So I think it's a huge problem. So the government should do something before the languages that are that belongs to our countries, to our cultures, disappear.
Yes. Okay. I have selected this question. I didn't search any question from internet. I have written them myself. And this question I especially written for you to learn about language movement or International Mother Language Day. I think it is related to language, and those who are teaching or learning language, they must need to know about it. Okay, and mostly it is related to our country. Bangladesh is my country, and here we have a history, and this day is related to a historical event which happened in 1952. Okay, in 21st February of 1952, there was a procession. You know, that time we were in Pakistan. And Pakistan had two parts, East and West Pakistan. We were in the eastern part of the Pakistan. In the middle, there is another country, India. So that was
Mhm.
I think it is related to politics and also it is related to language. Okay. And that time, 56% of the total people of Pakistan, they spoke in Bengali, and only 44% they spoke in other language like Persian, Urdu, then Beluchi, then Punjabi, and other languages. There are several provinces in Pakistan, and the president maybe he talked to make the state language Urdu, because Urdu was the dominant language of that country that time, and it was the official language. So, in their constitution, they prescribed that Urdu will be the state language. And that time, the Bengali people they went against it. They made procession, and in the procession, police fired, and several people was killed in the spot. And from that day, it was observed at Martyrs' Day in our country. And in 1999, the United Nations, I think UNESCO, they recognized it as the International Mother Language Day. And after
Yeah.
that, most of the country they observe the day. I have seen in news most of the countries, like European countries and also American countries, they use it and they make several occasions in that day.
Mhm.
Ah,
I
okay.
read I read about India also, and they have several languages that they speak in India. But nowadays, they speak like three languages, I think. I don't remember so well. I read the article, but I don't keep the details. But I was amazed because they said that they have like 300 something languages that they speak, and it's similar to us in Mexico. As I told you, I don't remember the exactly number because I am pretty bad at numbers, but as I told you, I was amazed because they speak a lot of languages. So I truly believe if the government do something to keep the languages, we can be like, I don't know, a best country, not just by speaking English, for business or for education, for technology, but also our own languages. We will be very
Yeah.
rich in this case.
Yes. In India, they have several languages, and they're a vast country. And before we were a part of India, in 1947, it was partitioned, and Pakistan born that time. India was divided into two parts by the British. Okay, in India, they have more than 100 crore people, so they have several languages, and especially Bangla, it is the state language of two countries at this time. One is Sierra Leone, I think it is an African country, and in Bangladesh. Okay, and you speak in Spanish, is it?
Yeah, Spanish. Yeah,
Okay,
this is a
don't
mother
you have
tongue.
your own language like in Mexico? Don't the Mexican culture they have one language and then turned to Spanish?
No, they have different ones, but actually, Spanish is a mother tongue.
Yeah, okay. I think there are some small groups of caste and they have their own language. Is it
Yeah.
ethnic groups like that?
Yes, we have like five languages that are common nowadays. Not not very common in cities, but in villages they are very very common. Like Nawa. Oh my God. Even for me, it's difficult to remember the names because they are kind of difficult. So sorry, I don't have the names. I think there are
Yeah,
five that still remain.
yeah, okay. But in our country, we have only one dominant language or state language, Bangla, and we have some ethnic groups in our country. They live in the hillside, and they have their own culture, own language, everything. They have their own. Okay, now I want to read some people. They have commented. One is Bodrul Islam Ruhel, Emad Ahmed. He is from Sudan. Rajib, Fagun, Imran Hussain, then Jannatul Firdaus Mritika, Taslima, Tipi Tamanna, Sweetie, Emad, Abdul Selim. He asked a question to you. How is weather of Mexico now?
Well, here in the place that I am living right now, it's kind of rainy. We have some rainy
Oh,
days.
okay, that's fine. I have known that in the northern part of USA, there are very small rain, and every time it is covered with snow.
Wow, great. We don't have so much snow here in Mexico, but yes, we do have, but in the north, in the north.
Okay, okay, that's fine. Then Fozlelai Shanto, Taslima Sadia, Dobir, um, Isha, Farhad, Parvez, he had added a comment that Mexican woman is fluent than Bangladeshi Saiful Munna. Her smiling is wow.
Thank you. Oh my
Okay. Then another one is Fagun commented Taslima. She asked a question: which language is the mother tongue of Mexico? I
Spanish.
think you talked much time about it. Okay, that's fine. I think we were speaking about International Mother Language Day. Okay, and I think in the next 21st February you will remember that, especially our country. We have what it is called. We're proud of it because it became the International Mother Language Day. And language, I think, is related to education, related to cultures, and also related to learning. Yeah. Do you have anything of your country which is recognized by international authorities like that?
Like what?
Like this one, that our Martyrs Day, it is recognized as International Day. Is there any political event or any other kinds of events or cultural event or amazing place which is recognized by international authorities?
So you're talking about everything, not just language.
Yes, yes, everything. Is
Oh
there
yeah,
anything which is recognized by international persons or organizations?
of course. Or tequila. Tequila is an alcoholic drink that is recognized in all over the world. So when they listen to the word tequila, they know that it's from Mexico. Also, we have mariachi. I don't know if you have heard about mariachi. In this case, the mariachis are the people who sing like traditional music from Mexico. They use huge hats, and the costume is full of well, most of them is black, but they have some costumes that are special for, I don't know, for concerts. So mariachi, tequila, and places. I think that most of American countries know about Cancun. It's a wonderful, wonderful beach. So actually, American people love to come to Mexico on vacation because it's an amazing place to come. It has a variety of beaches and different places. So yeah, we have
Okay.
some things.
And yeah, I have seen in the map that I think there is a sea near Mexico. It is called Gulf of Mexico, maybe.
Yes, Golfo de Mexico. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's nice. Then another one asks that can we hear some sentences of Spanish language from our guest?
Yes, of course. En realidad disfruto mucho mi trabajo, me encanta ser maestra, es algo con lo que vivo día a día, me preparo a mí misma, aprendo de mis alumnos, así que me encanta.
What is this? I think this sounds like the Russian language. I have seen some Russian movie, and they pronounce like that.
Yeah, no. It's nothing related to Russian. Actually, the Russians were a lot. Russians, Germans, and French people use their throat a lot, and we don't. We have different
Okay.
sounds, but we don't use our throat a lot. So,
Yes. Okay. But to us, I think it is the sound is related to like that. No, I didn't heard lots of languages, so I can't compare with many one. Okay. So we can go to our questions. The next question is difference between animal language and human language. I think it's a huge topic of this discussion. Difference of human and animal language. Can you secure some of the differences of humans
yeah,
and animals?
I think that for animals it's very simple. Even though they have their special language that we can understand, or at least I can't. But they have some kind of signs that they use to talk between them or among them. When they are in danger, they do certain sounds to speak up in a group to alert the
Yeah.
rest of the animals. Or maybe if they are hurt, if they are hungry. So they have special sounds that they use. But only in this case, it's not something abstract. They try to use the language or their communication in the way that they can totally understand their ideas in that moment. And for us, there is a huge difference because we use the language, their communication, in a different way. We can speak about something abstract. We can speak about something that is not here. I can speak about heaven, and I don't know the heaven, but I can say something romantic. I can say something meaningful about it.
Yes.
And also, we can speak about the past, even though it's past, or the future. We can talk about our dreams. So this is something different from animals because they don't use a communication for that. And also we can use descriptions. So if you tell me that you want me to describe the day here in Mexico, for example, I can tell you, well, according to this, I can see the sky is not so clear. It's a little bit cloudy, and there are some people that are hiding because I don't know something related to that. So I can provide you as much information as you can as you want. I'm sorry, and this is a huge difference with the animals. I don't know. I think.
Yeah, that's great. Okay, so I think the sound difference, like people or human, they can turn their sound in different sections or in different shapes, but the animals they can't make their sound differently. They have only one sound, and it is for their vocal tract. Their vocal tract is straight, and human beings, their vocal tract is not straight. They can change it, they can move it, or they can use it in several ways. And another one is in larynx, in pharynx. They can circulate the air, and from the air, by using their tongue, by using their jaw, by using their teeth, lips, they turn this air into sounds. And the animals, they can't make this. They can't use their tongue or organs of speech to change the air or to change the sound. They can't use their vocal tract to shape other words. Okay, and for that, their sound is straight, and their sound is not called language. It is called only sound. And when human beings they made a sound, it is called language. This is the sole difference, I think. Okay, and the another one is human beings, they can acquire language, and also they have innate language. By born they learn something, and also they can acquire language in their youth age or after their puberty. They can learn a language well. Okay, and there are several languages in human beings. In animals they have only one language. Every animal, they have only one language, and they communicate everything in a single sound. And human beings, they have several sorts of sounds. Okay. The next one you also talk that past, present, and future. Animals they have only present. They can't go to the past. They can't go to the future. But human beings they can do it. Okay. And in terms of language complexity, um, animal language is very easy and simple. And human language it is complex. It has grammar. It has different utterances and also has rules and regulations. But animals, they don't need to follow any kind of rules, any grammars, anything. Okay.
Oh, I
People
have
are
another
asking,
idea. I have
yes,
another idea. I just remember where you were speaking. I was thinking what you mentioned is accurate, and I was thinking that we can learn different languages and animals can't. So you can ask a dolphin to speak the same language or communicate the same as an elephant or as a shark or as a dog, but we can. We can speak different languages. It's not easy for everyone. It could be very difficult for some of us. We have to practice, 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 and practice, and
yes,
even then, we can't do it perfectly as a native person, but we can do it. We can communicate in different languages, and also you can teach some animals to repeat certain sounds like parrots. If you have a parrot and you want the parrot to repeat your words, you can teach them and they can learn, but they are just repeating, they are not thinking, so they are just
yes,
repeating the sound. If you say hola, ¿cómo estás? So you teach the animal every single day to repeat the sound, they are going to do it, but they don't know what is the meaning. And we know what is
yes,
the meaning if we are learning another language. So this is another
yes,
huge difference. And I was just thinking about it when you were talking. So sorry for interrupting you.
yes, yes, that's great. Okay, this is also nice. There's some animals, when they are taught, I think it is called audiolingual method. When someone is given stress to one sound, only one sound or one or two sounds, then it become captured by their memories. If it is animal, if it is human beings or babies or other things, they can capture it and they can just repeat it. They don't talk it, they just repeat what they listen, like parrot and penguin, like that. Okay, that's a nice idea. Someone asked a question to you. Ahmed Selim asked that what are the major foods of Mexico?
Traditional food, you mean? Well, I think that we have, I don't know if you have heard about tamales, tacos, pozole, mole, tinga. So we have lots of traditional food, and the food here in Mexico actually is delicious. So if you want to try something delicious, but from Mexico, you have to come to Mexico, because sometimes people in United States, especially, they try to sell tacos. I don't know if you have heard about Taco Bell. They have Taco Bell in United States. I have tried it, and it's not the same. They are good. I am not saying that is something bad or that is not something tasty. They are good, but this is not the taste of Mexico. Here in Mexico, tacos are totally different. It's a great experience eating tacos here in Mexico.
Yeah, so I think I should go there for test it.
Yes, come,
Okay.
everybody, you can come.
Yeah. Yeah, I will come with my audience.
Yes.
You have to you have to give a
You
party.
can come. You can come and visit.
Okay. Yeah, I think in my future I will visit, and I have a dream that I will visit all of the countries of the world. I want to see the people, see the cultures, and also the beautiful places of the world.
We
Okay,
have
I
we
think
have
it is.
plenty of places to visit here in Mexico.
Yeah, I know, but I think it won't be possible. But it is in my dream that it may be possible.
Yeah, it is. I,
Okay.
I, I have the same dream. I want to travel to different countries. And for you, I think it's a little bit easier than for me, because I have a family, I have my children, my husband, so I
Yes.
can take them in my backpack and just go. So it's kind of difficult. But for you, maybe you just
Yes.
have to take your backpack and let's go.
Yes. Okay. I think in the future I will do it. Okay. In the future, I think I will be as like you. When I will go to profession, I will also have a family. I will have some bags, luggages in my bag. Okay. So one of the person she asked you a question. I think it is about religion. That is there Mexican people Muslim? I have a question to Miss Blanca. What will she recommend us for? How can we develop our English? It's long question. I think question is short, but she asked longly. Okay, can you answer
There
it?
are
I think
two
most of the
questions.
people. Yeah.
Okay.
Can you
There
see
are
the
two questions.
question?
Let me answer these questions. Well, for the first one, I'm so sorry. I am not very into religion. So here in the place where I live, I don't think there are so many people Muslim. So actually, I can't answer that question. But maybe yes, but I am not sure. And for the second
Okay.
question, what can I recommend you to develop your English? The first thing that you need to remember, or that you need to focus, is that English is maybe your second language. So it's not necessary to sound as a native person, because it's your second language. So if you speak English but you have your own accent, this is totally great, totally fine, because
Yes.
that means that you are smart, that you are intelligent, that you are trying your best to learn another language that is not yours, and it's not easy. So this is the first thing. The second one, I am an English teacher, so I try to teach my students to learn in different ways. So, different people learn in different ways. If you are a visual person, maybe you can watch movies in English with subtitles in English, so you can hear the sounds and you can produce them. Um, what I do is I watch a lot of series in English and with subtitles in English, and I am learning more vocabulary. I am learning about the accent. I am learning about the grammar also. So there are certain things that I don't get used to during my classes because sometimes I can't speak with my students like in a real conversation because I have to teach them the grammar, I have to teach them the vocabulary, or I have to teach them the differences in the skills. Another thing that you can do is sing in English. So you can start in a low level, like I don't know, maybe Imagine from John Lennon from the Beatles. This is a great song. It's a low, really low song, slow song, and you can start in that position, and then if you are improving, you can realize by yourself because you are choosing different songs or faster songs. So another thing you can do is read a lot, but read out loud. Don't read in your mind because when you read in your mind, you think that you're great, but when you speak is when you realize that you are not as good as you thought. So when you read aloud, you are realizing or you allow your brain to catch your own accent, your own voice, because our voice in our mother tongue is in one way, and when we are speaking in another language, is totally different. Even if you don't observe this, it's totally different. So you can record your voice in your own language, and you can record your voice with the same paragraph in another language, and it's totally different. So once you realize that the sound of your voice is different, you can get used to listening to yourself and you can improve. So that's it.
Okay,
This is what I
thank you. So many advices.
do.
Yeah, I will also try to follow it. I will see this video again and I will note your points. Okay, then I think we have another question. What is that? How would be the world if all spoke in one language? All the people of the world. What do you think?
Well, I think that we are doing it right now because I think in most of the countries we are learning English as a second language. Why? Because this is an international language. This is a language for business. This is the language for education. This is the language that we are using. Even though Chinese Mandarin is the most spoken language in the world, but we don't use it. I don't know anything about Chinese Mandarin. I think it's quite difficult to learn it. So, but I know some people from Asia, and we are in international meetings, and we speak English, even if our accent is totally different. But we are communicating in English. So maybe in certain things, speaking one language in common is not bad. I think it's something really good. So it's according to
Yeah,
your point of view.
yeah, okay. I think the same.
You agree with that?
And if, yeah, sure. I think if there was only one language, then people won't suffer learning two or three languages. And in our classroom, we had to get enough time to develop our other skills, despite learning a language or developing a skill related to language. Okay, and that time the students they would be refreshed, and they would be refrained from learning a language and that kind of task. They will would learn only one language, and also our international life would be very easy for us to communicate with each other. And lots of people they give IELTS exam to migrate in English speaking country, from different parts of the world. And if there was only one language, there wouldn't be any need to give that kind of
that
test.
kind of test.
And I think for
And I
Bangladeshi
think for
students, it's very
Bangladeshi
tough
students, it's very tough
to admit in the
to
IELTS
admit in the IELTS
exam. Okay,
exam. Okay,
that's fine.
that's
And
fine. And
surely, when we
surely, when
use
we use
a second language,
a second language,
we face some
we face
difficulties.
some
And
difficulties.
if there
And
would be only
there
one
would be
language,
only
we
one
wouldn't
language, we wouldn't
get such kind
get
of difficulties
such
to
kind of
speak
difficulties
with
to
each
speak
other.
with each other.
The sound is being
The
echo.
sound is being echoed.
Okay. So the
Okay.
last question is,
The
what
last
are
question
the
is, what
importance
are
of
the
learning
importance
several
of learning
languages?
several languages?
Before it,
Before it,
can you answer the
can you
question
answer the question
of
of
Shagor? He has
Shagor?
asked you a
He has
question.
asked you a question.
I think this is related to
This is
history.
related to history. Oh my God, I am pretty bad at history. I didn't study, but go ahead. I would like to know, when did Mexico become independent? Oh God, I think it was. Hmm, I think it was in 1821. 1821. The revolution started in 1810. So as you can see, it long a lot. It lasts a lot, but it finished, or it was completed, in 1821. And who is the father of the nation? Miguel Hidalgo y Costilla. This is the name. Miguel Hidalgo y Costilla. That was the best representative of the revolution. It was a priest, actually.
Okay, so you have passed 200
Okay, so you
years
have
after
passed
your
200 years
independence.
after your independence.
Okay, that's great.
Yes,
We have
that's
passed
great.
just
We have passed
50
just
years.
50 years. Yeah.
Okay, the last question
Okay, the last
was, what
question
are the
was, what
importance
are
of
the
learning
importance of
several
learning
languages?
several
Means two or three
languages? Means
languages
two
or
or
other
three languages
languages.
or other languages. I think everybody can learn different things. So, but talking about language, I think it's according to you, or up to you. If you are in education, if you are in business, or if you are involved in technology, I think that learning languages is something that you can take as an advantage. You can be better than other people who studied the same as you. So you can have several advantages if you learn different languages, because you can get a better job, because you can travel all over around the world or different places. You can also teach in another language. You can teach different things. So I truly believe that we must study another language, the language you want. It's not necessarily English. So it depends on you. If you are next to another country, and your country is doing business with that country, maybe this is the language you have to learn. So, for example, for us, we are near to United States, so it's obvious that we need English if we want to do business with United States. But if you are, I don't know, if you are in Morocco and you do business with Russia, maybe it's a good idea to learn Russia, to learn Moroccan. So it's up to you.
Okay. And I think there
And
are some other
I think there are
options,
some other options,
like you talked about it, career.
talked about it earlier.
For improving one's career, if he or she
He or she
has a skill in several languages, it will affect in her or his career must.
is
Then learning culture. When someone learn a language, he must learn the culture of the country, and culture is mostly related with language. The
Yeah.
next one is comparing. Like in this meeting, we compared which language is the easiest language. When a person will learn several languages, like 5 or 6 languages, he can make difference of each language, and he can find the simple things of each language, the toughest things of each language, and he can make a comparison between all. Okay. And the next one is
The next one is opportunities. You talked about it.
opportunities. You talked about it. If we want to do something like business, like education, or career, or transforming something with other countries or cultures, we must have to learn their language, and it would be easy if we learn their language. And in the lingua franca or international language, I think it is easy. But if we learn the native language of that country with which we are making our connection, it would be easy for us. Okay. Another question someone asked you that I think you read it.
That one. So okay. So I am going to read the question. Can I know about her family? About my family? Yes. I said I am married. I have been married for 24 years and I have two children. My daughter is 22 and my son is 18. My daughter is an artist. She paints very well. She draws very well. So she's an artist and I am her first fan. And my son,
Yeah.
he just graduated from high school, so he's taking some time to get some relax because online classes are not easy. It's not the same to be face to face in face to face classes. So it was kind of difficult for him to finish high school in this way. So he asked for some time to get some rest, and I said, yes, of course, you can do it. He wants to work in this period, and I said, okay, that's fine. You can learn about the real world. It's not easy just ask for money that earn your own money.
Yeah, that's great. Okay, that's great. So I think we have finished all the questions, and thank you for answering the questions in an outstanding way. And thanks everyone, those who has commented here, and they're giving thanks to you, and thanks to everyone. Thank you for giving
Thank
me
you so much.
your
Yeah,
time.
thank you so much for the invitation. I enjoyed it a lot. When we are in the international meetings, I don't have so many
Yes,
opportunities to speak up because I am the host. So in this case, I
yes,
just enjoy my time just by speaking. So thank you so much to you for your invitation, and thank you so much for all of the people who are here watching us and asking some questions. So thank you so much. You're very kind.
yes. Okay, that's good. Our time, I think our time was 30 minutes only, and it is nearly 1 hour now. Okay. And
Yeah,
I
I
think
know.
the meetings become interesting when there is interaction. And here, the viewers, they can comment here. And that is nice, I think. Like, rather than speaking one to one only.
Yeah, of course. It's more interactive and it's like more meaningful because we're
Yes.
learning.
Yes, that's great. Okay. Thank you for giving your valuable time. And we are just,
Thank you so much.
thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Bye bye.